Good evening and welcome to The Good, the Bad and the Ugly, episode 22, with my good host as always, HotFuzz44 and Anthony Herbert. Evening, gents. How are we both doing?
Big up, team. Yeah, well, I'm doing really well. I had a bit of a laughing fit when the countdown was going on, but you know, it's one of these things.
How about you, Fuzzy? You all good?
Yeah, we're doing all good here. Life as a Man United fan is not all as depressing as some might have been hoping it to be. But you know, we're taking every day as it comes, and a glass of chocolate milk a day keeps Southgate away.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you look at it, yeah, Euro 24 is obviously up and running now. And yeah, it wasn't great from England, was it? Wasn't great at all.
No, we were on a show, me and you, with Mr. B on the Man United agenda tone, and I think I made it clear. I think Trippier was poor at left back. Trent Alexander-Arnold, I didn't think he played that great. Foden was very quiet. Never known a player to actually chew gum for 90 minutes. God, did he get that from Willy Wonka or something? Because surely that would have run out of flavour in 90 minutes, wouldn't it? You know, including half time. So
yeah. Go for his fifth course as the game's going on.
So that was that, and I just think Harry Kane was. I'll be honest with you, I thought he was absolutely rubbish in that game. You know, I said it in the last Euros, and it feels like I could just keep repeating myself in this Euros. But tomorrow we got Denmark, and I'll just say if you can score. You know, he is a good player, but you know, he's just in this Euros. I know it's only one game, but he wasn't informed for that game. Personally, I think that was a game ideally for maybe Ollie Watkins, maybe. So, but we'll find out tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, like as we said on Mr. B's show, and that, you know, when you look at the facts of Foden and Bellingham getting away with each other, and the second half, especially with Kane dropping so deep, it didn't make it any better, really, did it? So, I mean, what did you make of the game, Fuzzy?
I wasn't actually watching the game live. I was keeping up to date with other watch-alongs, and safe to say, my expectations were in absolute full capacity were delivered upon. Yeah, not great. And it's like, for a game that's meant to be there for you to win, and it's like probably your more winnable games. I mean, Denmark, they've got some quality to really hurt you. I think the other team is Slovakia, or is it Slovenia?
Slovenia.
Yeah, Slovenia. Another team. I suppose all three teams that we've got are, in some respects, a bit similar to each other as far as how the squad actually is and who the danger men are. Like, there's a player here, a player there. The rest of them are sort of your squad filler players that are just there to basically just pull their weight as much as they can to try and keep up with the rest of the team. But England, if they're serious about this tournament, and I mean, we saw it again with Portugal. They were doing it last night as well. You know, they're not great, but fantastic team. But the only thing ultimately that's going to hold that team back is the manager. Tactical approach. And you know it's bad. You really, really know it's bad when you get people who don't tune in to watch football during the season and only actually remember that football's a sport when the Euros or World Cup comes around. Yes, we know the people we're talking about. Everybody does. Even they are commenting on how bad England are playing. Usually they don't even understand what's going on the pitch. They're just like, So who's England then? Is it the one in the white shirts or the one in the other coloured shirts? Yeah, it's usually the one in the white shirts. You know, the white for England, the sort of colour that we've been playing in for, you know, almost centuries. So yeah, it's peak. It is peak out here, and I'm just, you know, if I'm going to be concerned about anything with this England team, because I know a lot of people are sort of checked out a bit with international football, is that this golden generation is just wasted. There's no reward for reward for appreciation for how talented some of the players in our team actually are. We'll never get to see them, you know, rightfully in their case, you know, lift any silverware for their country.
Interesting. Yeah, because I think it's not going to. No one's really set the world alight, I suppose, in this competition so far. Big up Aces, Bristol Rovers tracked obviously, and it's St James George's crest on the jersey. So, but yeah, I mean, on paper, we're supposed to be one of the favourites to win this competition, but unfortunately, with this man in charge, it don't look good. And like we said on the other day, Anthony, unless he makes some changes in areas, are we going to be up for a surprise defeat against Denmark?
Yeah, I know it does. It does look that way. I mean, all we can do is comment on the first game. There's something else that I know. Two other things that I noticed within the first game. Southgate always played a 4-3-3 formation, but for some particular reason, this one he's done a 4-2-3-1.
Kid.
Yeah, was that a kid?
No, fucking cats.
The kid. It's just like
yeah. Have it. It's on the screen.
It's the fucking cats. They're always fighting with each other, and that.
Yeah, that formation, and I still don't think the Foden and Harry Kane, that combination, I still don't think it works. But it's like what I said, we'll see tomorrow. Personally, I think he's going to probably pick the same team, knowing Gareth Southgate being the yes man that he is.
Yeah.
That, so
I used to say Southgate just waiting for Ineos call after bald head sacked, and I used to follow that with no animal cruelty. Coerce BCA immediately.
Yeah, Bumgate's retiring after this Euros.
Yeah, but
actually no. I say he's going to retire. What's actually going to happen? He's going to get a lifetime contract with the England national team. Because they're going to be like, oh, look at him, he's perfect. He's so perfect. He's got the fans singing more songs. They've created more songs. Oh, Southgate, please stay forever. Oh,
yeah. I mean, if he's going to retire, but for me, you know, as always, the same old thing comes at the, you know, money talks at the end of the day. Retired for how long? Until you kind of get this mega contract offer, and are they going to turn it down? That's the question, isn't it? Evening, Pepsi Pack. Hope you're keeping well, matey. And this is the thing, isn't it? Signings. Well, see, Man United are looking at some players. We've signed someone. We've actually signed someone, an 18-year-old kid.
Same, and, 16-year-old kid.
Yeah, you signed that as well. But seems like the old cupboard's bare in the old Arsenal camp. What's going on there, Anthony?
Oh, like I said, we're slow. We're very slow. You know, I mean, we're more slow than my fucking track. But I just don't know what it is. I mean, you really, if you really need players, which we do, I think we need about. I would like Mikel Arteta to at least sign 4 players next, maybe 5. I mean, we're talking 8 players maximum, but we're not going to sign all 8. Let's be realistic. So we may be looking at 4 this season, 4 next season. But you know, I mean, we're desperate for a 20-goal striker. I mean, there has been talks with Oshima. I was chatting it on these show last night. It's actually been reported now the money has gone down. 65 million.
Of Usherman.
We've put a bid in for Osherman, 65 million, and they're looking into it. I don't know what's going on there, whether it's you know, whether it's money difficulties there or whatever, but I was surprised. But for Osherman for 65 million, yes. If we get him for that price, I would take it. That would actually be a bargain buy. And also there's been a few as well. There's been Eddie's been thrown in, Luis has been thrown in. Who else? Zubamendi was thrown into the works as well. And I think Sesko now he's signed his contract with his old club. So you know, so that's that. But you know, there are a few names, some names that I most probably know, but I've actually can't think at the top of my head. I most probably forgot. But yeah, they're good players, but we'll just see. It's like what I always said to whether they're signing, and, you know, with their shirt on the scarf, but you know, I didn't believe it until I actually see it.
No, exactly. I mean, when you look at it, Edu can't sign anybody in Brewer, and this is the thing, because those names you've kind of mentioned, not being funny, but the last couple of seasons, you hear the same players being mentioned and no signing. So I don't know. But I'll take
it's just a waste of time and effort. Do you remember when we wanted Douglas Luiz from Aston Villa? We wasted a whole January transfer window trying to sign him. So that looks like we've gone in for him as well. But it looks like he could be on his way out to Villa and heading for Juventus for 50 million. Because that's been slashed to half of what they wanted, I think, because I think Villa's got some problems financially, with wages as well, and I think the Premier League as well. I've been hearing for the grapevine. You know, it's some sort of something to do with their club, and it's all to do with that money issue. So, but you know, fair play if he goes to Juventus. I reckon he'd do well over there because you know, coming from the Premier League going over to the Italian league, you know, I feel he's going to be brilliant over there. So,
you're Anthony, you know, realising your tractor and that if you're holding up traffic and that, you're supposed to pull over in the lay-by and let all the traffic go past. Poor old Pepsi and that.
Yeah, but it's fucking narrow lanes right there in Chippenham, isn't it? You know, you've got all the narrow lanes and all that. You know, how many times do you actually put your hand out the window and keep giving it this, saying, come on, overtake?
So really, you've not been doing bricklaying. You've got your muscles by just fucking waving people on in your tractor all the fucking time.
True. My secret is on to me, Fuzzy. He's on to me.
Interesting comment. Full Tether will lose title at Anfield in May.
Oh,
might lose it before then.
You might lose it before then.
This is going to be quite interesting, isn't it? I mean, Ace is also saying Copa America starts on Friday morning, 1 a.m. Yeah, I've just seen this as well. Yeah, they've just signed Ian Maatsen from Chelsea, left back. Aston Villa. So
Dortmund's window's already gone down the pisser. They're trying to cheapskate their way to get another loan for Sancho, and the club was just like, "What are you talking about a loan deal? Piss off! No, we're selling him. Can't afford him, and we'll see you broke bums later."
How much was that for, Tim?
It didn't say actually the figure, you know, unless Aces can allude to it. Bristol Rovers fixtures that next week. There you go.
I didn't give a shit about that fixture. League One. Let's talk about proper football.
Bites every time. Yeah, and I see this as well. Yeah. David Moyes getting money from the BBC. And there is a rumour he could be going back to possibly a Premier League club, but I'm not too sure which one it is. There's not much information given on that. Yeah.
Well, it's Leicester that haven't really got on that, but there is talks that Cooper might already have the job. Steve Cooper, the ex-Forest manager, going to Leicester. So, I seen the Leicester earlier.
Yeah, see that. Yeah, West Ham's greatest ever manager on the telly now, so that's what Aces and Pepsi Pack alluded to. Moisey earning his cash, so he's on here, and he's also on bloody Talk Sport as well. So he's cashing in pretty quick.
Yeah.
The Matson deal, I reckon, could be between 35 to 40 million pounds, depending on potential add-ons.
Wow.
Oh, right. Okay.
It's quite expensive. For a,
Yeah.
Mike, but you know, Chelsea have got to recoup that money, haven't they? That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything's better. I mean, if he's left back, I mean, we're desperate for a left back as well, you know. So, but I think, I'll be honest with you. I think when next season starts, I think Timber's going to get that spot at left back.
You think?
Yeah, I really think so. If we're going to be slow, you know, dipping into the transfer market and trying to sign players, I reckon we're going to see Timber there quite a lot.
October the 26th, Leicester versus Forest. Big up, Mark. Good to see you in the channel. Hey, all. Copa America starts tomorrow. Argentina versus Canada. Welcome to the channel, mate. And he says, I really thought that Tinney would have signed. Yeah, this is, because Emery looks pretty decent so far, what I've seen playing for Scotland.
Yeah. Yeah. No, yeah.
Yeah. Emery looks decent.
It's like that's good managing.
Yeah.
I'll get back to playing ball.
Their result, I mean, 5-1 against the Germans. You know, you can't never underestimate the Germans, can you? So, I mean, they've won. I think the final score was 2-0, was it, against Hungary?
Yeah, 2-0. Yeah.
So,
I mean, bit of a dubious. The first goal was a little bit dubious. You could say that, the barge from Gundogan could have been enough to say that, there's an infringement there, no goal.
Yeah.
But it stood and it went on. I love, seeing old Rudiger when he got booked and he's looking around at it. What, me? Yeah. It's you, mate. You're being done. Here's a yellow card. Have that.
Do you know what? I had two, because I'm doing the fantasy football league for this Euros, right? And Rudiger twice. 2 games he started, you get 2 points for a player to start. He's had a yellow card. He took the bastard points off of me. So in 2 games now, he's had 2 yellow cards in 2 games, no points. I'm really going to seriously take him out. I'll most probably put in the one of the Spain's defenders or something like that.
Pepsi's got.
But I know it's all these underdogs are really doing well, Tim.
They are. I must admit. I mean, who's it early one? Was it Albania? They managed to kind of get back into and draw.
Yeah, 2-2, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So they scored, I think, right at the end, wasn't it? So
yeah.
I was
at work this game as well, I believe. So they're kind of, Pepsi is asking you here: will Arsenal actually sign Victor Osimhen?
Pepsi Pack, I'll be honest with you, I want them to. And for that price at 65 million, that's a steal. So hopefully we would. But knowing Mikel Arteta and Arsenal, how slow they bloody are in the transfer window, I most probably can't see it happening. And he most probably either remain there. It's Napoli in it. He'll either stay at Napoli, or if not, he'll actually go and somebody else snap him up from right underneath Arnaud, basically. So, it's a matter of watch this space and let's see what happens. I mean, I got my fingers crossed, but that's all I can say on that time. So, more likely, no. But I feel that if we don't get this 20-goal striker in this season come in, I think he's going to go all out with Kai Havertz. I think that he most probably be his number 1.
He made some mistakes today, didn't he? He gave away some stinker free kicks.
Yeah, he did actually. Yeah.
I mean, the one player that's standing out this competition so far is this Jamal Musiala.
Yeah.
Or Masiala, however you want to pronounce it. I mean, yeah, that's the one. Not Martial. It was he. But he looks pretty decent so far.
He did, yeah. And I mean, if that young guy, it came on yesterday for Portugal, he got the winner. That on his debut. Because he was a young one, wasn't he? For Portugal, he scored the winning goal yesterday. obviously he got so excited and taking off his, like, he literally ripped his shirt off and ran to the crowd, like, sort of thing. Got his shirt, but the referee, in all fairness, even though we give him the yellow card, but I knew what he's doing. I said he's going to wait until he puts his shirt back on, then then book him.
Yeah.
He did exactly the same thing. Yeah.
As Pepsi said, like, you look at your club, you definitely need to start selling. Jesus, Eddie, Reese, out.
Yeah, Zinchenko, I reckon he should go.
I did see an article the other day, like, with Reece Nelson, and there's possibly linked to West Ham, but I don't know.
Well, do you know what? I mean, someone with like Reece Nelson, I think he might be able to suit a West Ham style of play. Whether you're going to play him out on the right, I feel that he can most probably do a job out on the left. I mean, don't get me wrong, he is skillful and got pace. I mean, look at his goal. He scored against it was Brentford, wasn't it, when we were 2-0 down and we won, we won us the game 3-2. But I feel, a team like West Ham, I feel that he'll really do well there. I think he'll get you a few goals and that sort of thing, and get the balls crossed into the box. But I mean, it depends obviously what striker that you're going to get, sort of thing, that you get on the end of these crosses.
Well, I was looking at that, say the so-called Portuguese Jack Grealish and that Silva. But I don't know if that's kind of hit the rocks a little bit. So we're still crying out for a striker. We desperately need that, just like Arsenal do. Excuse me. The jury's out on what we're going to get on that respects. Apparently, the next imminent signing for us is goalkeeper, and that's Wes Foderingham, the Sheffield United keeper. So he's as a backup of the backup, by the sounds of it.
Oh right. Well, that's not bad for a backup, though, is it? Really? You know what I mean? I like your keeper, Tone. I reckon he's a good goalkeeper. I mean, last season, not being there again, I go on about fantasy football. He actually led that fantasy football. He was number one in it, and then I think where he was injured, I think he finished the foot. So he was like, in the fantasy football, he was rated the fourth best keeper of last season.
Really?
Yeah.
Bloody hell! Wow. I mean, just look at this statement here from Aces. Arteta stated that he only looking for a defender and midfielder in this transfer window. That doesn't scream, yeah, exactly, Fuzz. I'll agree on that, yeah. For other teams, it's, do that then. Do that. We'll look forward to that. Does that mean, sorry to say, Anthony, that you're looking at another season of doom and gloom?
It's probably, yeah. Because, I mean, you look at it now, he actually throws the trophies away, doesn't he? The Carabao Cup, the FA Cup. If that is all he's going for, I don't know. I seriously don't know. I mean, you've got to be talking like a backup for Saka as well. I mean, a defender, I take it that's the left back. A midfielder, that's most probably what in there. Well, obviously a midfielder, like a DM attack, like another box-to-box maybe, I don't know. But there is talks that Partey could be leaving, so it could be replacing him. There is talks about Everton's, is it? I'm going to say Oana, is it Oana? Not Onana, the Man United goalkeeper, but the other, Yeah,
Onana.
Onana, So he's the contention number one that we're interested in as well. But yeah, I think we need a backup for Saka. So we need 1, 2, 3. I'll say four players minimum, nothing less. 4 minimum, 5 brilliant. That would be it. But that's including the striker as well. Yeah. So we do need it.
I mean, that Onana must be kicking himself because obviously we was looking at him as well, and he decided to join Everton. So we go on to win a cup, and he's facing relegation for the 2 seasons. So he must be kicking himself at that point. But yeah, I've heard this room that he's Arsenal linked with him as well. He'll be a light for lot. Well, I think in certain respects, I wouldn't say he's better than Partey, but he's not that far off from that kind of standard. He'd be the right type of player to fill in that gap.
Well, exactly. He would be. Definitely will be. I mean, you look at next season team. Like, I know this is going off a topic a little bit, but I mean, you've got the 3 teams that's going to beat the bottom. And if they win, they're still on minus points. So you've got Everton and Forest that's starting on both on -4. and then you got Leicester that starts on -10. So do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So is all to play for between them three, and I mean they only got to win one game, Forest and Everton. All right, they'll be on -1, but they got more chance of doing that than most probably what Leicester has, getting three. Let's see, 3 wins and a draw. But going back to Arsenal, I think there's going to be a few. I think there's going to be more people leaving than people coming in, and we've even said it. Even when you're playing cup competitions, even the Champions League and the Premier League, we haven't got the depth quite right. We're still short, and with the players we've got there, we've got to sell them to bring money into the club as well, so we can go out and buy other players. But I mean, it was there, right? I think Ramsdale would leave. But do you know what? I'm actually surprised that Arsenal's first signing hasn't been Raya, even though we've actually loaned him from Brentford for 3 million. Why hasn't that happened? Not yet. Do you know what I'm saying? So it does, to me, it's backwards at Arsenal. It really is. Is the management there is poor, and also everybody sees it's the owners, but I think what it is, they just passes it down and just leaves it between Edu and Arteta. Mainly, they're like, oh, you've got this money to spend this season. Any idea, any thoughts of who you want to bring in? And they say this player, that player, and they're too slow in doing it. It riles me. It really riles me. And
see, that's the difference. Something interruption there. This is the difference with us, because Lopetegui's come in, and the first thing he's done, he's got the old Tim Stetson and goes, "Here's my shopping list." All right. Tim flew off to Brazil and tried to raid the cupboard, for every Brazilian player that kicks a ball. But at least we're trying to do something. I mean, Fuzzy, what's going on with your club? I mean, any incomings or outgoings?
So I think what's going on at the moment is sort of establishing forward contacts with a lot of people. I mean, we've got this probably the most progressed transfer at the moment. Probably is. All right, calm down.
Yeah, sorry about that. That's why earlier. Sorry. Sorry to interrupt you, because it's just come through. Gareth Southgate expects to name an unchanged 11 for Euro game tomorrow against Denmark.
See, that's another cock. I'm sorry to say it, but it is him and Arteta. They're, I don't know. I think that them two. I think they're. I can't call them the balls because he ain't got balls, have them. So I don't know. These are two managers that really riled me.
One of them does this, the other one does this.
Oh my god.
Like dear. Ben White and Zinchenko and their missus.
Oh god.
Storage.
Roof update. Just got to, before we go back to you, Fuzzy. I mean, people saying, looked that up earlier about Raya. Apparently, will be signed imminently. But why not?
Why not now?
That should have been, as soon as that transfer window opened, that's the first thing you should have been announcing.
Yeah, that should have been the first thing that we signed.
That's what we did.
Yeah,
exactly. Give him
and have we done it?
Straight away, bang, there he is there.
Exactly. And have we done it? We haven't, because we're poor. We're slow. I'll be honest with you, Tone. We're going to be. It's like what I say every year, and I said this on numbers of streams over the past few seasons. We start off very slow in this transfer window, and we do.
So, I mean, I used to say there, for you there, Fuzzy, it's hilarious that nice players are turning United down immediately.
Oh, that's good.
Is he saying nice or nice? Because I know the Todibo transfer was in jeopardy because of UEFA rulings. So, technically speaking, that's false. They're not turning down the club. It's UEFA have just basically said, well, actually, you can't do this deal with this club for this player because it infringes on our rules. Don't worry, Man City. You're more than welcome to do whatever deals you like with Girona. They're in your group as well. we're just going to punish everybody else except you. Yeah, don't forget it. Got you. Yeah. Anyways, that's Man City. We leave them to do what they want to do. But you know, one rule for one, other rules for everybody else. But as for other transfers, as I was about to say, with the most forward transfer at the moment, it seems to be Jared Branthwaite. And we've probably the only player so far we've thrown a bid at, which got pretty much rejected immediately. Yeah. But second follow-up reports are talking about how they're going to improve the bid to about 60 million. And I was just like, that's pretty much just off the cusp of what Everton want initially, which everybody was like, that's way too much money. And I called it as a bluff. I said, no, that to me doesn't sound like it's a reality, because Ineos wouldn't want to go within touching distance of an exorbitant asking price so soon after tabling quite a low fee versus what the selling club would want. So I said, well, they'll probably stick it somewhere, probably about 40-45 million. They'll probably edge it up slightly, because I mean it's what Ineos have said that they're going to do. This is how they like to do their business. And you know, if they start doing Glazonomic type, you know, like in terms of how they handle their business, if the player's worth it, I'm sure they'll pay thereabouts what the player is worth. And Jared Branthwaite is not worth 70 million or 60 million. He's worth about 40 million at best.
Yeah, so they just want to keep on the player, don't they?
Yeah. There are other alternatives on the market that we can go for, but I think Branthwaite is out and out the favourite at the moment, and I think just one of the more key signings for the back, and then a second centre back is on the agenda as well. Who that second player is, probably a cheaper player that's, you know, respected for his work, but not like you know, but a world beater or a huge difference maker. Somebody who could probably play in the same sort of squad role as like a Harry Maguire was doing last season, for example. Just, you know, if you need to rotate, you're there, you're fit, you're available, slot into the team seamlessly. Midfielders, apparently there was talks from Fabrizio Romano last night as well that we've opened contact with the agents of 5 midfielders, and I think one of them might be Rabiot, because he's supposedly a free agent as well. And I think for a quality standpoint, Rabiot, he's all right. He's fairly good. He does well for France. Might be another Paul Pogba, to be fair. You know, he'll only pull his weight for his national team as soon as it comes to club football. Oh no chance. But wages might be a bit of a difficulty. Yeah. Not only
but your defender Rob Holding. It's just pinged up on my thing that you're in talks with Rob Holding.
Nah, the only thing that's holding here is this. Hold that.
Just want to say hello to Matty. Great show as always, guys. Watching the Scotland game. How would England do tomorrow? Well, we've just seen Matty that he's not changing that team. It seems he's going to stick with the same one. So if we're going to see the same thing like we did on the weekend, it's not going to be good, is it really? So I don't look forward to that one.
Speaking of something else as well, that might be a bit of a sweetener to the deals that we got going on. Supposedly, Man United are set to receive a £60 million sponsorship payment for this summer. So we're about to get, supposedly, allegedly, what's been said there, that we're set to get a bit of extra juice on the budgets, which ironically is roughly about this sort of amount that Elise seems to cost in terms of his release clause. And maybe the sponsorship's probably thinking, maybe we can finance Elise. It's going to be like Avengers Endgame. This is all the sponsorships are going to come out the woodworks like they did with Man City. PO boxes in Manchester are going to start putting in like £500 million cash injections. Here you go, Man United. grandma from down the road has just lent you a couple of extra £100 million sticking
Grandma.
in your... Totally legitimate sponsorship, yeah.
Could be. Evening, Luke. Good to see you on the stream. Thanks for coming in. He's asking us, do you think that the overall quality of footballers has dropped over the last 20 years?
Yeah, I do. I really do. I've seen more nowadays than personally like the last 20 years. But I think you're talking about the last, almost probably say, 7 years, 8 maybe. Football's changed now to how I used to watch it. You know, you used to be able to put a tackle in, player used to go down, and then that was it. You know, I mean, it is hard now to defenders to defend. I mean, I've already been told this, that it's striker's job not to score goals. So now we've got to believe that is defenders' job not to defend. So they can't grab them, they can't tackle them. They just, when they're near them, they've got to put their arms around their back and go, "Go on, then, mate. Show us what you can do." You know. So yeah,
It's an interesting comment, Anthony, because when you look at that, by the new kind of VAR kind of set up for next season, it's going to be more. It's got to be clear and obvious when they make a decision. So what you just said there, that will kind of be interesting to see what's going to go on there. But I mean, Fuzzy, I mean, going by Luke's comment there, do you feel it's dropped?
I think in terms of player ability, like what a player is capable of with the ball at their feet, I think there's still a lot of players that are actually, you know, quite high end. It's just in how you see them play professionally. It's not like the same level of freedom that you get that you used to. And what coaches want from you nowadays, it's sterilizing. You're taking a lot of talent out of players, and a lot of younger players get a lot of ability coached out of them from an early age. Because I don't think that out of nowhere, like the ability of a player has just suddenly regressed. Like, I think if anything, the more sports science that you introduce into sport, that more and more players, that instead of like that, it probably ended up being that top end players in the 90s, as Pepsi Pack was alluding to, the skill gap between the average is probably quite significantly lower to those that have the ability better than everybody else at the top end of the game. Whereas I think it's probably a bit closer now, so you don't notice if a player is that much better than the counterparts on the pitch. But again, as I've said, I think the coaching has more or less killed a lot of this sort of raw ability. So you're not really going to get this sort of standouts like like household names into the history books, well renowned for their ability, and having new skill moves on a pitch invented or named after them. You're not going to get that on a football pitch anymore. It's all going to be just memories from a bygone era, and now you're stuck with essentially your key players, or these superstars now, are guys like Haaland, Mbappe, and other names like that, and they're not really well renowned for being pioneers of this era of football. No, it's just goal scorers that have got a good conversion rate, and that's pretty much it.
I mean, you look at that comment there. Sorry, but I knew you were going to say it, but you look at that in the 90s. I mean, you look at the strikers, what was in the Premier League, and so many options that we could have picked for England. Shearer, Sheringham, Wright, Ferdinand, Chris Sutton, Andy Cole. The list was endless. But you were only limited to certain players. A number of players you were allowed to pick. And I mean, you look at the 90s. The 90s for me was absolutely incredible. I mean, 2000s was good as well. I think I lost. I think it went downhill from what can I say? I think it went downhill from something like 2010 onwards. You know,
I agree on that. I will
yeah,
agree because I was going to say when you look at the 90s and leading into the 2000s, there was more
yeah,
physicality in the game.
there was.
You could put in you could put in that dig, you could put that little bit of a rough challenge, and it was gotten away with. Now
Mm.
players are kind of wrapped in cotton wool. You've got to be careful what you're doing there. You know, you sneeze past a player and that, and you're going to get a free kick given to you.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So yeah, the quality is definitely kind of dwindled in that respect. So they've become more athletes than anything else, and
yeah.
you know full well, and people in the chat will say exactly the same thing. Money, unfortunately, dictates a lot of it because of that reason alone. And some of them think they're just literally untouchable, which is a shame, really, because you think about the old days, the way you learn the ranks and that, you went in the boot room, you cleaned all the boots, you worked your way up the ranks that way. Now,
Yeah.
I doubt very much you see a boot room. They've probably got an automated machine that does it all for them now.
That's right.
It's like as what is it? As I think it's at the new camp. No, it was actually Ferguson at Carrington or somewhere like that. Had a picture in the academy, in the training room for the academy team, and it was a picture of Lionel Messi cleaning his own boots in a changing room, and it's like it's part of the whole psychology that even if you are one of the greatest players on the planet, you know, humble beginnings, you have to go through all the hard work and sacrifice and all of that. Like you're not going to get to where you want to be by expecting the pampered treatment like some professional footballers who can do a step over or two in the modern game get. Like I think for some players it's got to be brutal to really test the character, and it's with that character that you're going to see them broaden out as a player, and who knows, get put on the grandest stages in the game, and they deliver better than anybody else.
I mean, Pepsi's asking, how many world-class players are there today, do you think?
Probably could count them on one hand, to be quite
I
frank.
totally agree. I totally agree with Fuzzy. There ain't really a lot of they're good quality players, but world class. I'm not going to get into it soon, but you knew my opinion of world class players. We've done this on streams before, and if it's players that are playing good, I mean, to be world class, you've got to win trophies. You've got to.
Sorry, mate, just going to interrupt you because just watching the game here, it looks like Kieran Tierney is coming off. It looks like he's tweaked. Oof, yeah, he's tweaked his hammy. Yeah, he's gone back. And basically, Ndoye has just missed a chance. He's just sold Tierney down the river, and he had an open goal and completely scuffed it.
Yeah.
But Tierney's coming off.
Had his ankles broken.
Yeah, his hammy's gone again, bollocks of it. He did come to land on it awfully. So
he doesn't want to play for us anyway, so
that's because you're a manager, mate. That's the thing there. I mean, going back to this question, you were saying something first of all, and I'm going to add something to once you've said.
Oh, what, me?
Yeah.
I mean, with world-class players, I mean, don't get me wrong, there is quality players, but I totally agree with what Fuzzy said. You can most probably count them on one hand. And you know me, it's all about winning trophies to be a world-class player. I mean, Ronaldo has won every single trophy apart from a World Cup. Messi's won them all. And anybody that can try and keep winning basically trophies, whether it's cups, leagues, Champions Leagues, Super Cups. You're like now. If they're in a European squad, that sort of thing. So that all comes within that bundle of the word world class. I mean, all right, Haaland for me, yeah. I think he's world class. Don't get me wrong. I don't ever think he'll win a Euro or a World Cup. No. I mean, Norway ain't got the power for that. But I mean, the trophies that he's won for the amount of time that he's been at Man City, it's unbelievable. So, you know what I mean? So he's world class.
Well, I'm going to put this to you too, and also the people in the chat. Would you say that Jude Bellingham is an up and coming world class player.
Definitely.
He's got the makings to be the established world class midfielder, but I still think that there's still a little way to go for him in order to get to that stage. He's at the right club to do it at Real Madrid, because that's where players distinctively become legends of the game. So, and he's had Toni Kroos. Toni Kroos, that midfielder's shown world class ability in his career. Luka Modric at times has shown world class ability throughout his career. So he's got plenty of case studies that he can follow upon at Real Madrid to hone his specialties and finds that new level.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, Pepsi's agreeing. Yep. Jude Bellingham, yes, on the way, definitely.
Yeah, but look what he's got around him too.
Usual suspects. Yeah, of course, mate. Even the usual suspects. Bellingham will only become world class if he signs for West Ham. Absolutely, mate. You know that. Wait. The boys behind me. Don't forget. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a different era. Yeah, they are. That with that picture. Yeah, I get that. I really get that. But I mean, not now. Obviously not.
Well, Bowen came on well when he came on. When you look at it, first thing he did is delivers a ball in the box. Harry Kane couldn't score for shit, but at least he did so. Mark are saying automated offsides working well in the Euros. Less time to make the call, which is true. Let's hope they can. Well, we know the question. We know the answer to this one, don't we? They're going to bring it into the Premier League and we're going to royally F it up as always.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, all world-class players are in Real Madrid. Apparently, what was the lower division club he played for, Bellingham?
Birmingham City.
They've retired his number, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got his brother. He's actually, do you know his name's Juby Bellingham? Guess what? Crystal Palace wants him for 15 million.
Wow.
Yeah.
Euro 96 4-1 against Holland will be a night I'll never forget. Yeah, that was a great.
Definitely Pepsi back. Yeah, definitely.
The Italian league was a business too in the 90s. Yeah, so many quality players in Serie A back then. Yeah, absolutely. Agree on that. Luke saying, not world class yet, but as a potential, especially playing with the likes of Vinny Jr. and Mbappe. I think this is the good thing about this. This is an English player gone to the German league, done well, signed for Madrid, and just looks different.
That's the sort of career path you want more England players to make.
Yeah.
It's a culture that's not really left most of the English players. This whole thing of like, I don't want to move to Europe. I don't want to move to these other countries. I think the Premier League is the best league. Doesn't matter if you think the Premier League is the best league. There's still other top tier clubs around Europe. Go play for them.
No, exactly.
Don't just stick close to home. Go and add more variation to your career. Go sign for these other clubs. Play under different cultures, different leagues, different styles. It makes you that much of a better player. I don't see why more English players don't do that.
I suppose it comes to what we said earlier. Probably comes down to the pound and pence because they probably can get paid more in a short period of time over here in the Premier. Yeah. That could be the reason. I mean, did you see Mbappe getting his nose broke? Oh
yeah, you could tell that was definitely broke. I mean, you actually seen the blood all over his shoulder and that. And I said, he broke his nose. My missus went, why did you know that? You might not have. I just look at the blood. Look at the position of his nose.
Look, his nose is on the side of his face. I thought that was his normal look. No.
What was it? Phil? Oh yeah, was it the longest yard? He broke my nose.
That's the best thing to do. As soon as you break it, is to slap it straight back in because you've already got the pain there anyway. So you just might as well.
Reset why you got the chance to, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. So let's move on to the next thing. Scotland hit the post. You just saying, "Oh yeah," and cleared it again, and yeah, very unlucky.
Oh, is this from the free kick?
Yeah, could have should have smacked him in the head. Then would have been easier. What I'm going to go on to next, which I think is obviously going to be something to us to look at.
Yeah, there's a shouting going on. We got a family from Scotland that's behind us, and they're really, you can hear them.
Really?
Yeah.
So, the Premier League fixtures, the opening game. Friday night, it's going to be all right. Man United versus Fulham.
Oof. Interesting. At least it's not our newly promoted side. I'll give them that.
Yeah. When you look at, Liverpool obviously getting Ipswich Town. With that's going to be a quite interesting one. And obviously Arnie Slot's first kind of domestic game in charge of Liverpool.
That's actually good for him, actually, to start off with a team like Ipswich, and then, but, I mean, you fancy Liverpool winning that one, but when the big teams, like, the bigger teams comes up when they're playing them, that is when he's actually going to be tested, whether he's going to step up to the plate and get results over the line against these top 6 teams.
Yeah. I think the jury's going to be out, though, isn't it? Because obviously you got to think he's got big boots to fill, Arnie Slot.
Yeah.
After, with Klopp leaving, that's going to be really interesting. I mean, Anthony, what do you think of your game with Wolves?
Wolves, yeah, I'm confident in that. I mean, sometimes Wolves is not sometimes the easiest game to play. They can pull a result out the bag when you didn't expect it. But I mean, yeah, it's first game of the season. I think we'll win this. I'm not talking anything major like a 5-6-0. I think if we were just going to win it just comfortably, I'd most probably say by 2 goals, like maybe 2-0 to Arsenal. So I feel that is going to be good. But I'll be honest with you, Tone, I'll say it now. The thing that I'm worried about is September, because we've got Tottenham away and then Man City away. That's the hardest months.
I'll move the slide down to show the other fixtures in a minute. I mean, because when you look at this one here, I mean, this is basically the opening weekend.
Yeah.
And when you think about what you've got here, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams with new managers for the beginning of the season.
Mm-hmm.
That's that's what you heard for a while there, basically. Pepsi's saying the Proclaimers will be playing louder than near Anthony if Scotland win.
Listen, Anthony, I've got one thing to tell you to do. Right, if Scotland lose, I want you to stick your head out the window and just start screaming, England, England, England.
Oh yeah, of course, that's right, Luke. Yeah, in between them 2 games, we've got a Champions League game too. Wow. Yeah, there's that as well to contend with as well. As they said, all these fixtures are subject to change, but I mean, straight away you get into that. I mean, the 2 teams that kind of just managed to keep their head above water is Everton and Forest. So these 2 teams have got to hope for a good start for the season. But the new manager at Brighton, don't know much about him. If they've actually signed someone, so that'd be an interesting one there. And of course, with the Forest game, we know that Bournemouth, it depends what Bournemouth team turns up, doesn't it, really?
Yeah.
I think
Depends what they're like in the transfer. Because there is rumours that Solanke might be leaving, actually. There are some clubs that's actually after him. But they've got to be willing to pay up to around about within the region of 65 million for him.
Yeah, because we was linked with him at one point, but as you said, why should be able to ransom?
Yeah.
Out of these teams in this opening fixture, now, would you say, out of all the teams, that Eddie Howe's got the most pressure on him? And the reason why I say that, his owners have been quite content. You've got to think last season they had a lot of players injured. and they kept faith with him. But really now you've had all this time to have the players fit. Obviously, you're going to have no doubt some new signings coming in. You've got the fact that you're not too sure if Tonali's going to feature for the club again. So, if they're going to invest heavily into the team, do you think that the pressure is going to be quite on Eddie Howe?
Yeah, you think so, because obviously money attracts the players as well. And as you know, Newcastle, they've got the money to do that. But, I mean, changing the topic here, like onto another game thing, I mean, your game. I mean, against Aston Villa, you're your new manager. You're playing a team now that's actually in the Champions League, an upcoming Aston Villa. So I think all eyes are being pretty much on your game, first game of the season.
I agree on that.
If I'm honest,
obviously, Emery signed a new contract as well, hasn't he? So
yeah,
they've kept faith with him. They're going to invest in him to buy new players. As Asa said here, looking at Newcastle, Gimenez will be a City player soon, which seems possible. I mean, if you look at it, I suppose if it wasn't for the Paqueta, the betting scandal, no doubt he would be the City player. And because obviously what's going on there, this is why I think Gimenez is probably going to be the alternative.
Yeah, I think it will be. I mean, we've been linked with him as well, but it's more likely it'd be Man City because there is reports now that with Man City, the two players that I know that would most probably leave Man City would be Jack Grealish and also Bernardo Silva. That's talks of them two leaving the club, and obviously getting money for them. And but it's like what I said with Man City. I mean, I did read that Pep's going to go out eye. He's going to go out eye this season. He's going to bring in. Yeah. But I mean, we don't know because with this FFP lark, what I find funny, Tone, is all being done behind closed doors. So to me, if that don't sound guilty, I don't know what does. So, but I guarantee you, out of this 115 charges, I guarantee you they're finding him guilty of maybe 4 or 5. I can't see any more than that. And they're most probably. I personally think Man City should have a ban on buying players this season. I personally do, and I think they should have a fine as well. And then if you want to throw another thing into the equation with Man City, maybe start them on minus points as well. So they're not throwing them out the league. They're keeping them in the league, but they've got to have something. Because it's like what I said. Everybody's talking like, all right, yeah, they've won the league. Oh, it's Man City's league. They own the Premier League. Well, no, you don't. You've won the Premier League trophy, but you don't own the Premier League. I mean, fair play for Forest and Everton admitting to it and getting their points.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw. There's an article the other day on someone. I don't know if it was a lawyer type person saying that basically it doesn't look good for City. And they're going to have the book thrown at them. But I don't know, you hear so many things, just like obviously a player till he signs, But other than that, if it happens, then it's going to shake the whole league up and probably for the better. But if it doesn't, then, I think you're right, Anthony. From that 115, it's going to be heavily reduced and everyone's going to look at it and say, well, how can they get away with it? Because the one thing I'm going to say here, when you look at the Leicester City manager leaving them to go to Chelsea, you got that game where it's another apprentice of Pep's dealing with the master.
Yeah,
on the Sunday, the late kickoff. Is it the case of he jumped ship because of he knew the 10 points deduction that Leicester's already got, and it's a case of I wash my hands of it now and run, or is the case of he's actually generally gone and joined Chelsea because he preferred the offer he got?
It could work both ways, but I thought most of it. I think what made him jump ship, in other words, I reckon it was the 10 points, and also I reckon he may have heard how much Leicester City have got to spend next season. Have they got to sell before they can buy?
Yeah,
and with minus 10 points, he's thinking, well, what chance have we got to survive this? The Premier League. I personally reckon is that was why he jumped ship.
What do you think, Fuzzy?
I think it might be something more to do with Chelsea and the offer that they put on the table. Because if you're manager for Leicester, you've not got a lot of luxuries, compared to other managers at Premier League level. So I think Chelsea, whatever offer it would have been that they'd stuck on the table, the fact is that it's Chelsea. You're a Championship manager and a top-end Premier League club with a lot of security guarantees has offered you a position. I think most people would just say, well, yeah, of course, I'll take it. And it depends really on how it was communicated in the stages of negotiation. I know that from the outside looking in, we can say, well, Chelsea ultimately, or Clearlake, have ultimately got the yes man that they want. He's cheap. It doesn't cost much to pay off Leicester to secure the manager. They're probably looking at it from a perspective where they're probably comparing themselves to Arsenal. That's been touted. Try and do the same process thing that Arsenal were doing with Arteta, and to instill some sort of culture or change a culture at Chelsea, which would also aid in removing or shedding off the past of Abramovich, Abramovich's Chelsea, which we know Clearlake and Todd Bowley want to do. They don't want to have anything Abramovich lurking around the club. So there's that. And I just think that if you are a manager in that position, as I said, you get offered a position at Chelsea, irrespective, even if there wasn't a 10-point deduction at Leicester. If you're offered to take the job at Chelsea and you're sold this luxurious dream and that there's going to be a project, we're going to be patient with you, and that might just be what the key word is, that probably turned a not sure to a yeah, okay. They probably said, we'll be patient with you. Because, look at Arteta. They gave him patience, lots and lots of patience.
Yeah.
He's still in the job despite, not really having any success whatsoever. Maybe Enzo's thinking, oh, well, the worst case scenario is I can go 5 years without winning anything, but I'll still be in the job. I'll still get a fair crack at the whip, at building my own, vision here. I say build my own vision. It's still going to be Clearlake's vision, but still, you get the gist of it, right?
You get me. Yeah.
And at the end of this season coming, Bowley, because me and Tony's talked about it, he's only there on a temporary basis. So if the next owner comes in, are they going to turn around and say, look, I'm not being funny. You're not the man I'm looking for. I'd rather bring somebody else in, which I think is much a better manager than you. Not being funny towards him, sort of thing. So the next owner just might bomb him out, basically.
Yeah. Luke's putting here about going back on Man City. I think Grealish needs a team where he has the freedom to show his individual quality. Man City restrict that, he thinks. And he's probably not wrong there.
No, I think he's right. I think Grealish was. I think he was poor last season. I really do.
No points deduction, unfortunately. Only massive fine outcome in City case. That would be the backlash on that. I think is going to be untrue if that happens. Tottenham will beat Leicester on open day. Yeah, because obviously I think that's going to be the case. I think they're going to struggle myself. And he's also followed up with Tony will end up at Spurs. There's a lot of rumours about this happening.
I called it. Tane, you're my witness. I called this back in January, in the January transfer window, and I said he would stay at Brentford because he had to honour, because they did right by him, so he'll honour that, and he'd be a Tottenham player. But is that certain striker that they want to replace a certain Harry Kane? Because they haven't really got anybody. They ain't got that prolific goal scorer up front. I know Son could score, but he dipped off towards the end of last season, didn't he? Not scoring. Yeah. So obviously they're trying to pick up the momentum up front and trying to get someone to score goals from. Which, in all fairness, it'd be Ivan Toney, and I think he has he will definitely sort their style of play out as well.
Well, looking at the week after. Oh, look at that game. Aston Villa versus Arsenal.
Oof.
Yeah.
Don't
Hard game.
cock up the league again at this point.
No, I know what you're saying, Fuzz. Yeah, do you know what? It's like what I said. Yeah, it's two teams there, both playing Champions League football. They both got money to spend this season, but it depends who does the best business. I mean, Mikel Arteta, he ballsed up last season in this fixture, and he did. We didn't bottle it. He ballsed up, but he won't admit that because he's arrogant and he's a prick. So now I got that out of the way. What I'm going to say is I can see it being another upset, Tim. I think Unai Emery will upset us in this game. Personally, I really do.
Switzerland just scored, but it got a flag up for offside, by the way. So still 1-1. So just 1-1. What's the next game in there? Bournemouth, Newcastle, Brighton, and Man United. So how's your away days then at Brighton and Hove Albion?
I think we actually went there and won at the tail end of last season.
I think
Brighton
did beat you that season. They did beat you that season.
At our ground.
Yeah, they annihilated you, didn't they?
Well, most teams were. But we still went to their ground and won against all the odds. And I think might probably be the same story. The thing is that it depends really on, as you say, who the manager for Brighton's going to be. Is it going to be another manager that comes in that plays this sumptuous style of football, or is it going to like a hipster choice, or is it going to be someone who's going to rip it up and try something different?
They already got him first. Brighton's got a manager.
Gareth
have a look. No, it's not Southgate. If you actually look him up, I think he got a team promoted. Oh, what league was it in?
He's got some double barrel name, hasn't he?
He has got some double barrel name, yeah. He got him promoted. Is it the French?
Fabian Herzler?
So
yeah,
yeah.
That's him.
Evening, King Mikel. My ears are burning.
Big up, Sarah.
He says Liverpool is a big up tell, yeah. Liverpool destroy United in the third game. Fabian Herzler, yeah, there you go. So yeah, Ace is spot on as always.
Yeah.
We have, and in certain respects, I'm glad we're doing it early. Our bogey team, Crystal Palace, we've got to go to their place. Never do well, and I think this is going to be the interesting team probably to watch. Now, Glasner getting his full season with this team. Look how he, when he came in, what he's done with him, and if they back him, and if he can keep hold of Elise and what's the other geezer's name?
Ezzy,
that's the one. If they can keep them two players in there, and he can build a team around them, who knows what they're going to achieve? So they could be the dark horse to watch out for. From this Liverpool, Brentford. So yeah, should be an easy one there. Oh, look at that, City versus Ipswich. So welcome to the Prem, Ipswich.
Yeah, they'll get slapped.
Yeah,
a bunch of bitches.
Southampton, Forest. That's going to be an interesting one.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting one. With the Man City, I got a funny feeling that Man City will run riot in that game. I think you're talking like a 6-1, and that's being kind to Ipswich, giving them a goal. So, do you know what I mean?
Interesting one. Look at that. Crystal Palace ball demand that Glasner finish in the Europa League spots next season for the new season.
I'll tell you what, Palace will need to make their recruitment count then, I suppose, because they're probably not going to have Eze, probably not going to have Elise.
Yeah.
There's quite a few key players that will be poached out of Palace. Maybe Mark Gehi at centre back as well might be gone.
Yeah.
There's quite a few names that might be out of the door at Palace. So recruitment's got to hit. It's got to hit well.
And then Wolves, Chelsea. End of the month, Arsenal, Brighton and Hove.
Oh. End of the month.
See, it all depends
Yeah.
how this manager, how he, what he brings into to Brighton, really, doesn't it? It depends what he brings in.
You've got what was it, St. Pauli, the second division German team, won them their Bundesliga title, apparently winning 20 games out of 34, which maybe that's good, maybe that's just about average points accumulation. Most teams, I think, usually the more balanced playing fields usually have that sort of winning record when they win the titles. So yeah, let's see what his philosophy is. I'm sure Sky Sports will absolutely, jack all of that shit off.
As usual, yeah.
5,000 programs, with a shower singing episode as well. I'm sure.
Shower singing episode.
New song for him.
Local derby, Chelsea Crystal Palace. That'd be an interesting game. Everton, Bournemouth, Ipswich, Fulham.
That
Leicester,
could be a
Aston Villa.
3-pointer for Ipswich.
Yeah. Oh, this is the game they're talking about earlier on. Man United versus Liverpool.
Slot got to come to Old Trafford. We could be facing a fully revamped United team, which, by the way, a United team that again gets up for whenever Liverpool come to town. And who knows if Liverpool start hot or they could start cold. You just don't know. There's too many variables. I'd probably the only time you could really predict how that game's going to go is literally after the second round of fixtures has been wrapped up to have any inclination.
We'll see. It's going to be that'll be interesting. We've got there Newcastle Spurs, Forest versus Wolves.
7-1 to Newcastle or something.
And then we've got an easy game. Yeah, West Ham versus Man City.
That'll be after their. You never know. They might be after all of their charges have been confirmed, and they have to sell all of their squad in a couple of weeks, and then you'll have like a Division 2 team to play. You just got to hope. Be the hope that kills you.
EFL and SPL fixtures released next Wednesday and Thursday morning. It's all coming in now. And Saudi Arabia owners still want Mo Salah. Yeah, I've seen this one as well, Aces. 100 million transfer for Mo Salah. They're putting it together now, this bid. And apparently also Luis Diaz could be on his way to Barcelona. If that is the case.
Yeah, I would take that 100 million for Salah because I'm not being funny. He's 32 now?
Yeah.
So 100 million for a 32-year-old. I think you would most probably accept that.
Now's the time to cash in on him, isn't it? Because his age is only going to dictate the gradual decline for his market value. But then if he has a season where it's not as good as last, that Liverpool will never ever get the right again to make a big demand for a bigger lump sum of cash. So now's the time really to bank on getting the most amount of profits from him now and reinvest it on another player that can replace him to then end up doing the same.
Pepsi saying try to attend 3 Arsenal games a season. We'll definitely try and get a ticket for a away game at West Ham to see all the goals.
To see all the goals, you say?
Yeah.
See all the goals. Why see all the goals when you can see all of the fans leaving the ground?
The London Stadium in their droves. PSG still want Diaz and Rashford for Mbappe replacement. 2 for 1.
Sign him. Because that is not coming to Arsenal. I'm sorry, but Rashford, no. I'm not having it at Arsenal.
Yes.
You want on PSG. I'll tell you what, you win the league next season as well.
So what we got in the opening game on you got Aston Villa, Everton, Bournemouth versus Chelsea, Brighton and Hove versus Ipswich Town, Crystal Palace, Leicester, Fulham. So a local one for us, Fulham. What we've got here? I saw this.
Bloody hell, that name.
Yeah, I saw that yesterday. Funny, I think it made me laugh. Jez's secret 70s Pornhub account. Ladies of the panel, good evening.
Oh my God, what is that picture of? Oh, that was Jez in his prime. With he got the porn star moustache, hadn't he?
Oh mate,
he was the Johnny Sins of that era.
Johnny Sins, you know. Is the farmer drinking again? Yeah, he's drinking again. Yeah, he's not holding back. He's he's not on the San Miguel though, so he's a bit sober this time. Not like a lot,
Yeah, unlike the last show he was on.
My prime. In his prime, he was then.
In his prime, yeah.
So what we got else there? Yeah, Liverpool versus Forest, Man City versus Brentford, and you got Southampton, Man United. So some, oh, look at that one. The North London derby.
Oh, that's just for us. I'll be honest with you, team. That's just a walk in the pub. No, where? The North London derby.
Yeah, at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Oh, Tottenham. Oh, yes, it is. Yeah. That's just a walk in the park. That's just that's nothing. That's nothing for us. I got faith in Mikel Arteta. I reckon he's amazing. He's the best manager. He should sign the fucking contract, get over and done with, and hopefully he can win the Premier League this season. So if he can do that, this game should be a walk in the park.
You sure you're not drinking the other stuff?
I don't know. I don't know what this is, but it's nice. I think it's cider and black.
Looks like cloudy piss.
Oh wow! That was the day after when I was on the Man United agenda with Tim. I woke up that morning with early hours in the morning with a dry throat. I think it was cloudy piss.
Evening, Melly. I hope you're keeping well. Evening, guys.
It's when you stick the urine sample in a massive container in the fridge next to the beer bottle. Yeah, it's just the same shaping. You're like, oh no.
Ace is saying you're drinking iron brew.
No, that's G-Stop. That's playing out. Ready? Where's me iron brew?
Hope you're doing good. Yeah, I'm doing well, mate. Thanks very much. I hope you are as well. Jesus, he says there. Why do I always walk into weird shit? Hey, it's the good, the bad, the ugly, Mally. If you don't walk into this show and you don't expect that, then you know, simple as. That's nasty. Yeah. The straw chewing alcohol. The straw chewing alcoholic. I drive a tractor. Ooh, you belters.
Is that you, Tom?
Yeah, it is me actually. Yeah, look.
Yeah, I thought it was.
bit of a lazy eye there.
Talking about eye, how is your eye? Because you had pink eye on last week's shooting. Is it all right? Zoom in, Fuzz. Come closer to the camera. Is it gone? There. Yeah, it's gone. Oh my God. I reckon someone farted on his pillow when he was on the show.
Fucking big guy. Oh, mate.
Watch what you're saying now. Something's going to come back with a vengeance.
Oh, my days, exactly, Malia.
Yeah,
oh,
we're going to see Tony with a pink. He's going to be called Pink Eye Tone or something like that.
Oh, fucking hell.
Early pink football TV. Early pink.
Yeah. We're in a tutu. Yeah, look, eyeball drops. Yeah. Hashtag pink guy. Yeah, 1-1 was game. So not a bad result for Scotland. They got their first point.
No, they're still in it. No, they got a fighting chance, but
who are we kidding? They're out. They're out. Get out.
Holding on by a sliver. So we've got on the 21st of September. So we've got Aston Villa versus Wolves, Brighton and Hove versus Forest, Palace, Man United, Fulham, Newcastle, Leicester, Everton, Liverpool, Bournemouth, Man City, Arsenal. The apprentice comes to see the master again.
Yeah. Somebody has told me this going back this far. This is obviously September. This will be the Premiership decider.
Yeah.
Like 5 games gone.
Scotland's to depend on the Germans yet. They definitely do, aces. I think because looking at that, I mean Hungary, both from -4. Yeah. Switzerland, are they going to qualify? And their opening match is Wolves. Yeah, you've got Wolves. That's going to be an interesting game for you.
Yeah.
Hello, Jaminio. Hope you're all well. Hello, everyone. He's saying.
Yes.
Good to see you. And don't forget, people, while you're hearing that, don't forget to, if you can, subscribe to HotFuzz44 OG, and obviously to my good self as well, and whichever channel he's going to be doing, and the Herbert as well.
Yeah. So subscribe to his channel. He hasn't got a channel yet.
I haven't got a channel yet. No, I'm just a YouTube whore, as people call me. You know.
He twerks for the pan note. Brown envelopes.
Jiminy is saying Hungary are dusty. Scotland would probably beat them. Yeah, because
He's been watching too much of bloody Deji, hasn't he?
Dusty. Shake your bum.
Violently.
Silently.
Violently. What even is that? Violently twerking? It's that dangerous twerking or something.
Yeah, that's what he sees it, and you know how he does it. And you Arsenal fans shaking your bums very violently. I'm not having it. That's
there you go, Anthony. Aces has thought up a perfect name for your channel: Bristol Rovers, Tractors, and more.
But no, I'll be lucky to get one fucking sub on that. Jesus,
there's a big following on Tractors, mate. You'd be fucking willing.
Yeah, just post one video of a tractor compilation, but do
First
some
day.
weird noises in the background. So you'll be well paid.
Your first day at that, you'll have 1 million subs. You'd be surprised.
Oh, seriously. Oh, that'd be amazing. I'd be I'd be monitored there, wouldn't I? Super chats galore.
I've never twerked for Arteta. Nah. Why should you? Nah.
No.
Just look at the remaining games. Spurs versus Brentford and West Ham versus Chelsea. So easy games as always. As Jaminio saying
I wonder what the Chelsea squad's going to look like by the time we get there.
Well,
knowing how they are.
I think it's the fact, and as you said, it's what this Maresca's going to do, what team he's going to mould in his kind of mind, basically, and if they're going to back him. I think that's probably the other reason why he's also joined Chelsea, because he must have known that Chelsea are bloody poison challenge. So when you look at something like that, is it the case of they've given reassurances they are going to back this fella? Because honestly, if you was a manager and Chelsea come a knocking, you'd run the other way.
Yeah.
Well, I think I can explain this one, actually. It's because Chelsea were probably the only club where he pitched this idea that the goalkeeper plays in the line of defence when in possession. And Chelsea were the only club that would accept it. Everybody else was just like, so how do you play football? Well, first of all, my goalkeeper runs out of the goal, off the goal line, out the box, into midfield, and he just sits there for the whole game. Right, fuck off. Chelsea are probably the only ones that sat there and just like, okay.
We'll buy that. We'll buy that.
Don't get mad. Guys out there, like, hey, if guys like Wolfgang Division, don't get mad if you start seeing Petrovic lining up next to whoever's up top for you, Nicholas Jackson, as the false nine.
Jesus.
There's nobody in goal.
Yeah.
Playing like pro clubs now. the stupid dickhead who plays in goal just takes his goalkeeper and runs up the full length of the pitch. It's like, pass to me, guys. I'm in an offside position, but still pass to me.
No, I like Ben White's tactic. When he's going up there for a corner, you know, he tries and takes the Velcro off the keeper's glove, doesn't he? Have you remember that last season?
Yeah, I remember that one. Jamini saying, I'm not looking forward to City and Tottenham, both away within the same week, but we'll still have to play these teams either way. Exactly. You can't avoid it in that respect.
No.
Mally
comes
has
out
said, you should call your channel Gunner Ho, Anthony.
Gunner Ho. Gunner Ho. Yeah, that's a good one. I'll think about that.
Jersey, West Ham jersey out next week. Yeah, there's also been some leaks that already.
Is that a new brand of bog roll, is it, Tim?
What?
Is that a new brand of bog roll?
Absolutely.
Melly
said, I don't think Arsenal are going to buy any players. Yeah, it don't look good, mate. It doesn't look good
at
all.
It doesn't.
They will sell a few. Well, you got to do move at the cut price deals because they're not going to get much money for them.
I think Arsenal will sign some players. Yeah. I just don't think it's going to be that case where they sign the player that everyone's just like, oh, we so need to sign that player. If we sign him, we'll be challenging. We'll most likely win it. And everyone can say, well, actually, I can see that. I can agree with that. And Arsenal go, we could do that, but we're Arsenal. We don't want to do that. And then they'll go and sign somebody like Brereton Diaz or something from Sheffield United or something stupid.
But I'll tell you what, Buzz. I mean, with West Ham, with their aging defence look, apparently they're open to get the age down. So there is contract talks that he's definitely be signing them. You may have heard of him. Do you remember Dick Van Dyke? You know, he's still going strong. I love choo choo bang bang, choo choo bang bang, love you too. Sing first. Come on.
Choo choo bang bang. Yeah, you're on about you. It's got to be in the old bamboo. That's what they'll be doing that one, mate. Not the old.
The old bamboo.
No striker of anything else. Yeah, not looking good at the moment. Chelsea love eyeline tactics. Yeah, look, Mally has just said about Dickie Van Dijk. 98 years old he is now, still alive and kicking.
Still alive and kicking, yeah. See, just still team. That brings the age down, doesn't it, to your defence?
That's all right. You can imagine him and Bandy Leg zooming together and that. Yeah, they still do all right. Chelsea love highline tactics. Pink Eye 24, formerly known as Cold Fuzz 22.
Oh my god! Why have they got fuzzy on there?
Yeah,
he's got his ring on his eye. Look, he's doing that.
Pink Eye 24, formerly known as.
Eddie buys from Poundland. Yeah.
Oh, he does. Buy one get one bloody free for £2.
Big up Maguna Batar. Glad to see you on here, isn't it? It was a pleasure being on your, putting a chat into your stream earlier on. Hope you had a good show, mate. Good to see you. Right. Let's see. What's the rest of these fixtures we've got coming up next? So what we've got there.
Looks like we're going in strong in the actually pink. I don't know who's doing it, but somebody's on gone live and they're saying about Arsenal with the Oshman bid. It looks more likely it could possibly happen. Well, it more likely would happen. But listen, it's just a stream. All right, that's all we know.
There's that Robbie's transfer daily, isn't it?
No,
it's not him. It's not him. I'm not following them.
Oh, look.
It's all in my hands still.
Super Grand's died.
Do you remember when you was on a stream thing? And I put that in. Tom loves Super Grand. You know, that was Tom's crush.
Last month, 98, isn't it? Not bad innings.
That's good. Yeah, that's good. Good age.
Thank you, mate. Just getting Euro trash. No, it's good, mate. It's always a pleasure coming on your show, watching what you're doing. Great energy for you, mate. Great energy. Champions League draw going to be interesting with league groups. Yeah, that's going to be very interesting.
Mm.
That's a good impression of Fuzz.
It was all in my hands, and then my hands disappeared.
So what we got on this one? Arsenal versus Leicester.
Oh, well, we're just going to kick ass in that one.
You're going to have an open goal to score.
Yeah. I think
Actually, no. I'm thinking
of.
I'm confusing. No, he's gone. He's left Leicester now. They'll have a goalkeeper to shoot again. He was still probably crap.
Yeah.
Save anything.
Yeah, a friend of mine actually owns. Well, he's got his own Leicester channel, Leicester Till I Die, Chris, and it's more than likely I'll most probably get an invite to the show and most probably talk about this game. And well, I like winding them up there. They're good lads. Him and Brad, you know, they ticked on the chin.
Stuff.
So, yeah.
Look,
so
Ace is saying you ain't winning shit.
Who?
Arsenal.
Is that Arsenal answers? I mean, you're right if you actually mention Bristol Rovers. Yeah, they ain't winning shit. But
Bloody hell, yeah! I forgot. Look, old Clint Eastwood's still knocking around. Yeah, 6 years to make 100.
Yeah, it's 94. He's still going strong. Yeah, that's another one you could sign, Tom.
Yeah, big up the irons, as he says. Yeah, big up the irons, Aguna. Yeah, definitely sign Clint. Yeah, just to kind of make our defence look at young.
Hang on, he's jumped ship now, isn't he? He's jumped ship. So what's he going to be called now? Iron Matata. Is that what you're
Oh, we've got Brentford, so that's not an easy one for us to go there. Sometimes we don't do well there. Chelsea, Brighton, Everton, Crystal Palace, Ipswich, Aston Villa, Man United versus the Spuds. So that should be a good one. Newcastle, Man City, Forest, Fulham, Wolves, Liverpool. Yeah, look, Arsenal's featured a lot of the opening game. Yeah. Oh, look, another team you reckon you're going to slap up there. Look, Arsenal. You got Southampton beginning of October.
Oh, we should beat them. I mean, let's be honest. If they want an old, striker that ain't no good for West Ham. Do you know what I mean? All. What's that? Early doors football TV eyebrows. Oh, pink eye.
Oh, no.
God, did you beat that eye thing?
Yeah.
Did you beat it? Bloody hell, you got some mascara on there, Ting.
Make sure eyeliner.
Make sure eyes look fuller, Anthony. You know.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
It's a theatrical thing, apparently.
It is. Yeah.
I said it. Mbappe Turtles masks, Michelangelo selling like hotcakes. Oh, brilliant.
Could have done with one of those Ninja Turtle, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle masks during that game. Would have saved his nose.
Cool, yeah. Yeah, I remember when Suchik wore one for West Ham. Still looked ugly bastard.
Victor Rosamond, isn't it?
Yep.
His mask.
So there's some interesting games in October. Yeah, Brighton, Spurs, Chelsea, Forest, Palace, Liverpool, Everton, Newcastle, Leicester, Bournemouth, Man City, Fulham. So they're getting the easy games, aren't they? It looks like they've got an easy run in certain respects.
Yeah.
West Ham versus Ipswich. Ooh, that should be interesting. And then what we've got for the 19th. Seems like you're featuring quite a lot here. Arsenal for the beginning of the games. Bournemouth. Your way to Bournemouth.
Yeah, that should be another walk in the park team. I'm confident for a win on that one. And I'm confident on the week after as well.
That's my next mask. He's saying an early doors football TV pink eye, Teenage Mutant Turtle face mask to protect from pink eye.
There's no saving you from that, though.
Not at all. Not at all.
Pink eye.
What's it to say there? Remember when Kane was wearing protective mask in 2015? Spurs were selling mock-ups in shop. Jesus Christ, is that how bad it was?
Yeah.
Anthony Small, mate, love you.
Big up, Yeah,
Yeah.
good lad. Good
He is
lad.
a miserable bastard at sometimes, Aguna. I agree on that.
Only to Man United fans. Sorry, Buzz.
Oh, we face the Spuds as well, the 19th.
And then you face us on the 26th.
26th, and then look at that one there. Look, you got Arsenal versus Liverpool.
Yeah. Do you know what? I don't know. I think there's going to be a few departures from Liverpool. Arne Slot coming in, new manager. It's a big job for him compared to the final when it come from. So, you know, I can say I don't know. I mean, I think I've actually seen shows where Liverpool fans are. Some of them they haven't got the faith in Arne Slot, but that only time will tell.
So as we go into November, City got another easy one against Fulham. Bournemouth. Fulham, Brentford, Ipswich Town, and Leicester. Was Liverpool, Brighton, Man United, Chelsea. Ooh. Newcastle then got Arsenal. Forest play West Ham.
That's over the line. R2.
Yeah. Southampton, Everton, Spurs, Villa, Wolves, Crystal Palace, and then the week after, Brentford, Bournemouth, Brighton, and Man City, Chelsea, Arsenal. That's a shame, isn't it? Palace, Fulham, Liverpool, Aston Villa, Man United, Leicester. That should be an easy one for you, Fuzz.
Should be. It's meant to be.
Yeah. Well, that's like our game. We play Everton. That's not always an easy one that we deal with. And let's have a look at up to November. So we'll finish with November's, I think, on that. Arsenal versus Forest. Where's our other team? You then go to Ipswich, and we go away to Newcastle. Not an easy one for us, that one.
Well, we'll kick ass, team. We'll definitely kick ass. I'll be taking the piss out of Yeti. So you mark my words.
Before final score, not Arsenal 2, Nottingham Forest 3. Yeti opening the pub. The prick of the night is Anthony
and Jez. He calls us a prick quite a lot, me and Jez. Yeah, big up, good guy. I like he's a good lad. And also, I mentioned Deji in the show as well earlier, and big up Deji. Do you know what? I like Deji. I tell you what, I find him hilarious. I really do find him funny, Deji. You know, he's even though he supports the other team down the road, but you know, fair play to him. He's a cool guy, Deji. I got to say that.
Just looking at the last games of the November. So you got Chelsea, Aston Villa. Where's the main one? Man United versus Everton. Arsenal play West Ham. It's interesting.
Arsenal versus West Ham. Well, that's just another walk in the park, to be honest with you.
I see a pattern here.
It's just that again.
What we've got for December? Arsenal, Man United.
Ooh.
That's another walk in the park. Let's be honest. I mean,
it's going to be too easy for us.
Yeah, no chance.
Arteta, he'll be holding on for his job for dear life.
You're better off signing that. What's that midfielder you have on loan, Amberat or whatever his name is? You're better off signing him.
Don't worry.
You know, give him a contract.
Your starting 11 for that game will have Saka on the right, Marcus Rashford on the left.
No.
Yeah. And Eddie Nketiah will be up top, covering for injured Jesus and an injured Kai Havertz and an injured, non-existent, non-signed bloody Victor Osimhen.
Oh, you know what that means, don't you, Tony? If we play Eddie Nketiah up front in that'd be 2 seasons in a row. He'd score an hat-trick against a United team. Yeah. Thanks, bud. Cheers, mate.
Yeah, look, as Gunnar says here, banter all over this season. Shit show for my Schooners.
Yeah.
Yeah. The main thing, what you don't want it to happen, is the carry into the new season. That's the worst part for you guys. If that's gonna happen, don't look good, is it? Don't look good. And just to wrap up with the rest of it for the night of December. Go up to that one. Oh yeah, because I've got the Boxing Day fixtures, weren't there? Arsenal, Everton, 14th of December. We go away to Bournemouth. And then what's Man United got? Oh, look at that.
Manchester Derby.
Yeah, the Manchester Derby.
Yeah.
Let's fuck them.
21st.
Might be a good game, though, to be fair.
I think it will be. Palace versus Arsenal.
Oh, team, that'd be another 5-0. That'd be
I admire your confidence, mate. I really do. I do admire that confidence of yours. Man United's got Bournemouth and we've got Brighton.
Hopefully it's not another 3-0 to fucking Bournemouth.
Oh, I'd love it. Yes, yeah, it will
Make
be.
it a 3-0 to us, and then we can say, well, all of our sins have been repaid for that travesty.
Mate, kick the dog, blame it on Eddie and War Hero.
God, fucking
Superb. And just to finish off for the 24th, year 24 into the season, so Arsenal versus Ipswich. What have we got there? Yeah, so Man United away to Wolves and West Ham away to Southampton on Boxing Day.
Boxing Day, yeah. I bet that'd be a bloody win for us. But I tell you what, it'd be a 1-0 win. That'd be end-to-end stuff, and Ipswich most probably deserve to win the game. They don't win it, but we managed to scrape through a 1-0 win. By Herbert's penalty.
Yeah.
It will be. It'd be something stupid like that, Tone, on Boxing Day. The day after Christmas Day, it will be.
And then the last game of December, you're away to Brentford, Arsenal.
Yeah.
Depends if they've still got a Tony. Depends if Thomas Frank's still in the job.
True.
Sometimes he has your number, doesn't he?
Yeah. I think this would be where I'm gonna say something, mate. So you can clip this. Arsenal versus Brentford. I don't think Thomas Frank could be there. And I'm gonna tell you where he'll be. He'll be at West Ham. Because I reckon your new manager, I'm not too sure. I still think I'm 50-50 on that one, only because we know what he did with Wolves. And he wasn't there for very long.
No.
But I think if that does happen soon, I'll be honest with you, I think you'd be getting a better manager if Thomas Frank decided to leave there and be the manager of West Ham. I think that's the only guy that'll do it.
Well, my call on it when they've talked about getting rid of Moyes, was the man I wanted there, and it was Thomas Frank. So
Thomas Frank, yeah,
it's really interesting.
Because I'm only giving you a manager until December, New Year time.
A lot of pressure on him.
Yeah,
because he's got to raise that bar straight away, isn't he? Really, because otherwise the fans, either the fans are going to back him or they're going to go against him. It's going to be one of those. What we've got also, and Man United have got Newcastle at home, and West Ham. Oh, another easy game for us. Liverpool. Jesus.
At least it's at home. Could be at Anfield.
That's true, but we could still be doing the same thing with that picture behind you. Pepsi saying Southgate will be at United in November.
I reckon he's still be the next Man United manager. I really do. I think there's something in the background in that, and I reckon it will happen. I'm sorry to tell you this, Buzz, but something like that. I think. No, honestly, I do. I think he'd be the next Man United manager at Southgate.
He won't. I can promise you on that.
Who's that behind you, Fuzz? Is that the Harry King?
It's a statue of you with your massive 6 head. All of that forehead potential just to come out spewing nonsense, saying Southgate is the next United manager. God, wasted potential. That.
But you might, if would you be happy if Southgate was the manager of Man United and he brought Harry King to United? No. Damn it!
That guy could assemble the Avengers, and I would still think that the Earth will fall. To a guy, a slightly deranged guy with a paperclip. So yeah, that's my faith in Southgate.
Yeah, look at that. Look, yeah, Southgate suits on the way to megastores soon.
Yeah.
Get yourself measured up.
He's already got the waistcoat. He's already got it. Thank you, Fuzz.
Mate, I've been buying waistcoats before Southgate ever made it a fashion trend. He copied me.
Yeah.
If he gets that Man United job, he's stepping on my turf. I'm going to sue him. His whole family heirloom. I'm just taking everything from him. I swear. I'm coming for blood.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah. I invented the soul pad.
Just in time for Halloween.
Yeah.
If it happens, I'm going to say. Oh, mate. Anyway, guys, we're an hour and 46 into it now. So, Fuzzy, if you'd like to tell us what you're doing in the next couple of days with your show and shout your channel out as well, please, mate.
Well, first and foremost, I'm going to be lying in, right, enjoying my fucking sleep. Because getting up in the morning and working early, it ain't fun. It's necessary. You got to do it, but
What time
it
you
ain't
up,
fun.
Fuzz?
So, pretty fucking afternoon. Skip the morning. You know, just wake up at like one in the afternoon or something.
So what's an early day for you, Fuzz? Like when you get up in the morning for work, what's an early day for you?
Thanks, Pepsi.
6 or 7.
Bloody hell. Ain't like us two, got to be in work by 7.
Yeah. Well. But anyway, so you find me in HotFuzz44, where there's the other location where this show's been streamed from. If you're watching on the playbacks, make sure you are liking, subscribing. Tony's on the road to 400 subscribers, 400,000 subscribers. I'm on the road to 1 subscriber. Right, it's 100. I'm on the road to 200. Hopefully, we get that across the summer. He's on the road to 1 subscriber. Yeah, he's on the impossible dream. Yeah, Anthony Herbert, the freshest channel on the scene. That should be Arsenal's star marquee signing. Anthony Herbert's YouTube channel.
Yeah, it should be.
That's tied in with Win the Dog. Can feature on your transfer daily shows and all of that good stuff. Yeah, end up winning a Premier League.
God.
Big.
I'll have win in a minute. I'll have win on one side and I'll have my dog bet on the other side.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because forgot that it's an early kickoff tomorrow, isn't it? As Pepsi said, there'll be a lot of finishing early tomorrow with England playing at 5. So you can just think about that, guys. I mean, obviously, Fuzzy, if you've got the line, you're very lucky, mate. But Anthony, just consider that when you finish work tomorrow, everyone's going to be flying to get home to watch this game.
It will be, yeah. And have you got to go on the? Don't know. Have you been invited on that with Mr. B after
He said he was going to send a message, so he'll do that for this one as well. But I've also been invited on a couple of guys at West Ham content that are doing a watch along as well. They invited me on that show. I think it's Garage Football and JP West Ham United TV.
Oh, that'd be all right.
So I'll be doing that with them tomorrow.
Yeah.
See, why are you upsetting him, Anthony? Yeah, Iguna don't need that. He don't need that shit.
You started on the fucking dog. Gunnar Matata, I heard you've actually been buying the well, Dave told me, the OSG told me that you've been buying the win the merchandise. I don't know if it's true. It's just don't shoot the messenger. Okay, just don't shoot the messenger.
Yeah, there'll be tractors everywhere. Sod's law.
Yeah, there will be. Parked up.
And Anthony, what about yourself, mate? What are you going to be doing yourself, mate?
Well, I'm going to be watching the England game tomorrow after work. I'm going to go on the show. I'm going to be on the Man United agenda with Mr. B, talking about the game, and that's it. And then, well, most probably be starting on the. I don't know if the Sunday night takeaway is that happening Sunday too. Or?
Yeah, I mean, like, when you think about this one today, and that, we knew obviously with this Euros, most channels are affected by everyone watching the games. So we've done pretty well with what we had in today. So yeah, so more than likely we'll do that. I don't think it's
Yeah, we'll do that then, and then obviously back on here on the good, the bad, and the fuzzy, and that's it.
He loves you lots, mate.
He does. Yeah, let me keep him myself. Do that to you, mate.
And yeah, guys, if you haven't had a chance to in there, make sure you go over and see Aguna Matata's channel as well. Give him a bit, a love and a like and a little sub as well for him, and that good guy. No, I like catchy wines. Know about cats, don't you?
No, know about kicking them, teeing up like Johnny Wilkinson.
Yeah,
and not like you see host throwing cushions at Cat's Eve. You don't see none of that going on at all.
no.
But yeah, guys, thanks for being with us. It's been a good show. We've had a good old laugh, and we've gone through the fixtures, the Euros, and we're still waiting to see if Arsenal's going to buy a player. Don't look good so far.
No, we got more chance of buying well, we've already got a dog. We just might as well buy a fucking goldfish, haven't we? So,
big ups to Matata.
What was his name? The old chairman of Leeds, Peter Ridsdale, used to buy all the goldfish. Yeah, absolutely, mate. It's a madness. It's a madness. So enjoy the rest of your evening, and we look forward to seeing you. Obviously, hopefully on the Sunday night takeaway show, and obviously the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly again with Mr. Tired Herbert, and Mr. I'm going to lay my lazy ass in bed for the rest of the afternoon, and I may get out of it. HotFuzz44.
Yeah,
you know it.
You know it.
We will see you next time. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you too.
See you.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, live your life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way.